Hello, this is Rabbi Babich. We continue our study of the book of Psalms in merit for all those who are ill. May they experience a speedy recovery. We are up to Psalm number 6. The psalm begins as follows: Lam natseach bin ginos al hashminis mizmor leDavid. For the conductor, with an instrument called the shminis. The shminis was an 8-stringed harp. And David intended for this psalm to be sung along with the music from an 8-stringed harp. The psalm is most appropriate to recite during a time of illness because David most likely composed this psalm while he himself was recovering from an extended illness, possibly a sickness that occurred to him after the questionable episode with Bathsheba. Over and over again in the psalm, David requests to be healed. Rafa'eni Hashem, heal me Hashem. V'nafshi nivhala ma'od, my whole being is stricken with terror, as I fear that I may die from this illness. Chalsa nafshi hoshieni, rescue me and deliver me. The Radak explains that King David composed this psalm not only for himself, but his intention was that this psalm be recited by all those who are ill and in need of divine mercy. David's intention was fulfilled, as this psalm was ultimately included in the Siddur. It serves as a basis for what we call Tachnun, the prayer after the Shemona Esrei in davening. Tachnun is a powerful and important part of the Siddur, and when recited properly, it serves as a merit for the Almighty to hear our prayers. 2 noteworthy insights about this psalm. In the psalm, David asks that he recover from the illness, Ki ein b'mavis zichrecha, for there is no praise of you among the dead. Bish'ol mi yodelach, in the grave, who will thank you? David basically said to God that if he dies, he won't be able to serve God. But if he lives, he will dedicate his life to praising the Almighty. And David kept his promise, because when he did indeed recover, he spent his life composing the book of Psalms, praising the Almighty. The lesson for us is that when we make a request of God, it is always good to explain what we will do with God's blessing. How will we use it for the good if God does hear our prayers? For example, if you are beseeching God for financial prosperity, it's worthwhile to explain how you plan on using the money. Explain how you will use it to provide a Jewish education for your children. Give various projects and causes tzedakah, charity. If we are requesting good health from the Almighty, we can add how we plan to use our time for noble pursuits after we recover. King David explained what he planned to do with God's gift, so should we. The psalm concludes with a request from King David that his enemies be shamed. Yevoshu v'yibahalu ma'od kol oivai. All my enemies shall be ashamed and frightened. David knew that his enemies were rejoicing in his illness because they took it as a sign to support their claims that David was forsaken by God because of the episode with Bathsheba. Therefore, David's recovery would bring them great shame because it would prove that they were wrong. However, David said that this shame would only last a moment. Yevoshu raga. They should be shamed for a moment, because his recovery will shame them now, but not in the future, because David would never mention it to them again. There is a prohibition in the Torah to cause someone emotional anguish. Included in this prohibition is to remind someone of their past misdeeds. We should not mention to people what they did in the past that was incorrect, because it causes them unnecessary shame. Therefore, David said to them his recovery would bring momentary shame, but not in the future, because David would never broach the topic with them again in order not to cause them unnecessary emotional pain. Please recite Psalm number 6 for all those who are ill, and please God, may we see good times, Yeshuot, salvations in the future. Have a wonderful day.